Purpose of this screencast is to help you create your screencast on the elements of media. And as we know, the various elements of media before we even jump in are image, sound, space, time, movement, and sequence. And so this particular script is going to have you look at a pretty popular clip and you're going to tease out those various elements of media. But I'm going to show you how to use this document with a piece of media. Up here at the top, you can see it's called Elements of Media Remix Script Planner. So eventually you're going to use what's inside these boxes as a script to do your screencast. It's going to help you do your screencast. Then up here, we have kind of checklist of expectations, and we have the different way that I'm going to be scoring everything. And right off the bat, because we're using media, because we're doing a lot of project work, it's really important for you to be solving problems. And here's some strategies for solving problems, but asking your teacher a question, collaborating with peers, working the entire time, so being productive, making sure that you're making progress. I'm going to be assessing that as you work in class. Then we get into this box. And this is your actual script that you're going to be using to produce your screencast. And you can see that if you look at the words here under expectation, you're going to see all our different elements of media. So like I named them before, you have image, you have sound, you have time, you have motion, you have sequence, and you have space. And then in this particular column, you have shot description. What do you see or hear? And this is asking you just to describe what's going on in the clip. And in this particular one, and I gave an example here, you're going to want to put the time stamp, or where did this occur, this particular shot that you stopped it on. And then over here, you're providing a description. And notice I've provided you with a starter prompt. You literally just have to get rid of the periods and finish it off. And then once you're all done with this, you're going to have a script for completing your screencast, which these expectations down here are more geared towards your screencast itself and how you analyze the elements of media. All right, I'm not going to be using the Wizard of Oz like you are, and it's actually the scene where Dorothy first walks into the land of Oz. I'm going to be using another famous movie called The Searchers, but probably most of you haven't seen it. And we're watching a pretty famous clip in the movie, and so I'm going to be trying to tease out the elements of media out of this. So I got to jump back here because I got to know what the heck I'm looking for. With image, I want to be looking foreground, middle ground, background. Okay, so image, I want to be looking for brightness. Comment on the lighting, so natural or artificial lighting. Comment on the use of the lens, close up. Okay. And so it really doesn't matter where I pull these things from as long as I'm commenting on it. So let's get the clip started. Okay, I like that. I hear some howling in the background. Sounds like dogs or hyenas or something. So I'm going to immediately go down to the sound. And that's off-screen sound. So in the shot, I hear dogs howling. That's all I need to write. And this is an example of off-screen sound in media because the dogs are not part of the shot. Now, in the clip, you can see this guy's name is Aaron. He's looking off into the distance of where these dogs are howling. And perhaps they're cluing us into something is about to happen. I like this. First of all, I like the sense of space here. Oh, and I forgot to do one important thing. I go back to our Aaron looking on the porch. It's 5 seconds in, so I got to make sure that I put 0005. Now back to this. Pretty good example of movement. So I'm going to go and find something to do with movement. It's the birds flying. Comment on the motion of the object, parts, or figures in the screen. So in this particular shot, I see birds flying toward the camera. And this is a good example of motion in media because the birds are flying away from something the character is interested in knowing more about. So in other words, these particular birds flying are taking the interest of that character Aaron, and they also maybe signal that something's going on out here in the background, that something over this hill line is happening, but we haven't seen it yet. So we hear howling of dogs, birds flying. I hear the sound of the soundtrack or the music. It's kind of eerie. So when we get to sound, the comment on how the sound impacts the mood of the viewer, well, I hear eerie music. I don't think scary is the right word. I want to be precise. Mysterious. So I hear mysterious music. And this is a good example of how sound impacts the mood of the viewer because it makes me scared. I want to know what danger is over the hill. Let's watch a little bit more. It's a great use of space. You have your figures there, your positive space are the young girl here, and then her mom right here. So there's a lot of negative space, but it's really heavily weighted on the characters as they stand within it. So I can go back to my space and I can comment on and what you could see is that you could kind of pull an idea from anywhere. So I go back, I see that this is 31 seconds in. Zero, zero, 3, 1. And what do I see here? Well, I see a girl setting the table and the mother at the door. And this is a good example of positive space because they are small within their home.
I think I'll see if I can't pick off a couple of sage hens before supper.
Can't you do that, Aaron? My, the days are getting shorter. Lucy, we don't need a lamp yet. Let's just enjoy the dusk.
It's all right, Ma. I've been watching. Only...
What, Ben?
So I could
wish
stop
Eileen
this
was
now
here.
and find other aspects of sound with their talking. We certainly are going to see more space here, lots of space, the little shining light, so I could comment on positive or negative space there. And you can see the family
Oh, that
inside
should have been like
the door.
good boy.
But I want to get to kind of one of the crucial moments in this clip. As the mother locks up the windows, we know the danger's around. He's not really hunting sage hens. And so right there, which is really kind of a shocking shot, 2 minutes in, Lucy, it's movement of the camera. So here, comment on the movement of the camera. So 2 minutes in, and I see the camera zoom in on Lucy, who is very scared because she realizes what the danger actually is. This is actually the only zoom in the entire movie. And this is a good example of camera motion because it stands out from the rest of the film. And the fact that that really stands out, you know what the danger is. That shot really impacts the viewer, knowing that, ooh, whatever this danger is, the director really wanted to make it stand out that it's really dangerous. So that's why they made it just a single shot. So you can see kind of how this planner works. When it's all said and done, you're going to have this all filled in with the various different types of elements teased out of this clip from The Wizard of Oz. All right, thanks for watching.